Hey you guys, Jake from Deep North Adventures. I'm out here on Lake Superior up in the Keweenaw. Just came out here on a hike the other day and saw something I thought was pretty awesome. So I figured I'd come down to the beach and get a little footage. Check this out. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad and making the audio crap, but check this out. About as far as the eye can see, there's just black sand all over the place. So figured I'd come in. It's not too frozen yet. It's definitely getting a little stiff, but it's not too frozen. So figure I'll get a couple of pans in, see if I can see anything, and then I'm going to try and get maybe, I don't know, a bucket, maybe 2 buckets, depending on how my back's feeling, and take it back home with me downstate, run it through my sluice and then through the Flower Gold Wizard sluice to get it cleaned up. Alright, be back with you guys soon. Alright, here we are. I already started panning this down a bit, but getting towards the end of the pan. It's just really windy out here, so I'm not trying to get a whole bunch of on the beach footage. I don't want it to have really crappy audio. So yeah, it's interesting how much the sand is like freezing right to the edge of the pan. It's like, good grief, how do you deal with it when it's, I don't know, maybe 12 to 15 degrees out here. All right, we're getting close to being down far enough for me to be able to pull it back and see if I see anything. I've definitely believed that I've seen at least a couple of specks of gold in here so far, so pretty exciting. If I can at least get, I don't know, 2 to 5 specks, I'll feel like this was worth it for coming out here onto the beach while it's, winds blowing 30-40 miles an hour, and maybe, like I was saying, 10 to 15 degrees out here on the water. Seeing something that looks like a really nice flat flake, but it wound up working its way right to the top. I don't know if it's making the sand and stuff harder for everything to get down into it, as far as the golden heavies and stuff to get down into it. But plus, it's 99.9% black sand at this point, so super heavy. This little portion that I have here of black sand in the pan is probably, I would say, weight-wise equal to about what a half pan of regular, like, gravels and blonde sands with a little black sand in it weighs. Alright, come on now. Stuff is definitely hard to clean out. Good grief. It almost looks like a little speck. Oh, sure enough. There, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a little speck of gold right on the edge of the first riffle there. Alright, I'm gonna get this tossed back down here. Try and concentrate it as much as I can. Alright. Get some of that water out of there. Let me see if I can do a little bit of a pull back and see what I can find here. Boy, I hope I can find something cool. Come on now. Good grief. Just so much black sand, it's hard to even get it to come back down the pan. Alright, I got it pretty flattened out. Alright. right, let's see. I'm gonna try doing a little tap up here. Sorry if this turns into a bad camera angle. I'm putting the camera in my coat. Alright, come on now. Literally getting snow built up in here. Or not snow, but ice. Let's see. Oh, I see one flake right there. Another one right over there. Got another little micro flea poop. Alright, well, that lets me know that spot seems good enough to at least get a couple of shovelfuls to throw in my 5-gallon bucket of stuff that I'm going to take home. Oh yeah, there's a few more decent ones up there. Heck yeah. I'm definitely happy about this. Alright. Yep, there's another nice one. Alright, well, that lets me know to go back to where I just got this from and add it to my bucket. Or well, just in general, start filling the bucket. So, here we go. Alright. Yeah, you can see the ice crystals down in the pan there. It's just too much cold for me to really be trying to pan right now. Everything's just freezing right to the pan. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna go down, get a few buckets worth, or a bucket worth at least, and I'll be taking it back home. I'll get you guys more footage once I'm home. Well, you guys, I'm back at the house here downstate, and I've got my multiple gallons of black sand concentrates in this bucket here. Just kind of dumped like the 2 5-gallon buckets about worth of concentrates down into it, and now I'm getting ready to run them through the sluice here. And I just got it set up with 2000 GPH pump. I did have it on my what do you call it, the flow thing that came with my Flower Gold Wizard sluice, but I accidentally touched off the positive and negative on the pump side of it, where it connects to the little speed controller, and it fried the little fuse in there. But now it's acting like it won't it won't control the speed at all. It's on or not on. So yeah, but yeah. And I've been kind of just using this thing to dump a big old glob on there and then kind of spread it out as it goes, because there is a lot here to deal with. I'm sure I'll wind up breaking this into probably multiple sessions all on one video, but yeah. And actually, I just brilliantly dumped some stuff in there and didn't go through and get rid of all the bubbles. That's super smart, isn't it? This thing does alright with the combo mat. Does alright with pretty much, if I put sands in it, it just spits most of the air out of the ports, but not all of it. And I don't want to risk having gold floating away, because I definitely have too much here to want to have to run multiple times. Alright. And obviously, once I have all this stuff ran through and reduced down to just a few
pan's worth, hopefully, I will then be running it through the Flower Gold Wizard sluice to do the finalizing on it. Tell you what, some of these bubbles are just persistent as hell, though. Quite annoying. Get at them and get at them, and they still just kind of hold on in there. That's pretty good. There might still be one or two here or there, but hopefully, yeah. Hopefully that does pretty good. Once the cells start filling up, it'll get rid of any of the other bubbles and stuff that are in there and how much they're able to be catching up in there. Now this sand is pretty damp. It's not totally saturated wet, but you know, with it being the black sands from Lake Superior, I don't think that I really need to worry about soaking it that much, because it weighs so dang much. It saturates itself up here in the wash box top before it actually even starts going anywhere, so I'm not too worried about it getting wet enough before sending it down the sluice. Alright. Now we're going somewhere. Let that run for a minute and clear out the cells. Well, I'm down to 10% battery for now. I'm going to cut this off and I'll get back to you guys here in a little bit once I've done most of this run. Alright guys, I just shut her down and did a cleanup. That is first and second run cleanups right there, all in that pan. So getting ready to start her back up and keep on going. So yeah, get a little more footage, I guess, of running the sluice, but not gonna be adding too much of this sluice running footage, because let's be honest, man, it's pretty damn boring. It's just watching me scoop dirt into moving water, and being that it's pretty much all you know, just the same colored sand, and I'm not seeing any really like blue gold pieces to be like, hey, check this out. So yeah, I mean, I've seen a couple of tiny little specks here or there, but you know, with there being as much black sand as there is, it's kind of like, whoop-de-doo, why would I bother, you know, getting any pictures of that stuff, struggling to get any, you know, footage of that, because the black sand seems to do a very good job at hiding it again very quickly. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on trucking along with this stuff here, and yeah, hopefully it works out. This is run number 3 of the Lake Superior Black Sand, Keweenaw Lake Superior Black Sands. So I'm honestly anxious to see what kind of gold comes from Copper Country. You know, anything good, anything, you know, worthwhile, or is it just going to be like a bunch of like micro flecks of copper, or, you know, what? Is there going to be anything, or maybe nothing? It's just interesting, because I have done some prospecting up there in the creeks and whatnot, and, you know, I've found maybe a very, very, very little bit of stuff over the years, But yeah, for the most part, most of the creeks and rivers that I've tried up there are actually trying to prospect for gold, not go up and trying to find some, you know, chunks of copper or something like that that I thought would be cool, you know, finding some alluvial copper, but which I did find a little bit, not much, but a little bit. And yeah, I don't know, just thought it was cool. Speaking of Keweenaw things, I had a family member get me a greenstone from one of the famous greenstone guys up there, or I don't want to say famous, but well known. So I decided to make this ring for it. I don't know how easy it is to see, but yeah, pretty cool. Little greenstone ring. It's a really dark greenstone, but I dig it. Kind of almost reminds me of like an onyx or something like that. But yeah. I have like a little gem cutting and jewelry making studio in the basement, which I don't doubt now that we're coming into winter time, I'll probably be making more videos of doing that stuff than I will be the prospecting. Just you know, it's more fun to be warm during the winter than it is to be cold. Granted, you get out there, you start shoveling a lot and all that. It's you know, decent, but on days like today where it's, you know, all of, I think a high of 23 or something like that was today's high. It's just not even fun to get out there into the rivers, I feel like, because your pan's freezing up on you as you're trying to, you know, shake it out. And then you gotta, like, you know, hold it under the water if you're gonna be shaking it out, and that usually winds up in me, like, losing stuff. So, yeah. Alright, well, I'll get back with you guys here in a bit. Alright, you guys, we're gonna do a little trial run. As you can see, this thing's running like a bat out of hell. I definitely don't have the ability to use that speed controller anymore. It's not doing anything, no matter what size pump motor I have on it. So, I've made it through about half of that big tub of cons, but yeah, we'll see how this thing does as far as whether it even lets anything settle out. So far it does not look like it's going to let gold settle out. Yeah. Maybe. No, that is. No, I can't really tell. I think I might try to put something up under it on this end and see if I can get that to at least slow down the flow rate. You know, I think I'm going to take a pause on that. I just don't want to risk losing any of the gold. So I already got to run enough stuff. I don't want to have to run more just because, you know, I'm not positive that what I'm sending out is catching. Yeah. I don't know. Well, there's one way to know if it's catching or losing or how much it's losing. Oh, it's definitely losing. There's a nice little flake right there that it definitely lost. Alright. Yep. That's a done deal. I'm gonna throw all this stuff into another bucket here. Any of the stuff that's in this one in the sluice right now. There, just go like this for a second here. Alright. Pull this bugger off. There. Alright. Trying to get as much of this done before my lady and stepson come back from up north for Christmas. Good enough. Dump this off in here. That into here. Alright. Well. It's crazy how hard it is to actually get the gold to settle through the black sands too. And you know what I didn't even do was check this for magnetics. I guarantee you there is a crap ton of magnetics in this. Can't tell if that's gold or not. Probably not. But that is definitely a little speck of gold right there. You can see it was just sitting right on the front end of the pile here. Stuff is crazy. Oh. Well, no. That's definitely a big old flake right there. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see that or not, but let's see. Maybe a little more this way. Right there. That's a good sized flake. Well, I don't know if you guys will even be able to see that, especially with the super poor lighting, but yeah, there's like, I don't know, 3, 4, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 pieces in that little lip down there. Right in there. But yeah, you won't be able to see very well anyways. I'll get better close-up pictures of it later. Alrighty, y'all. This is all of the concentrates from
everything I ran from the Keweenaw Beach Black Sands. I will say this took me quite a while to get it down to this much, but yeah, we're going to pan it out for, well, tap it up at this point and see what I got. I'll be back with you guys here in a few minutes once I get it all into a nice little smile up there at the top. Well, y'all, this is what I've come up with as far as being able to clean it up. I can't seem to get it to separate any more than this. I'm thinking that a lot of that more orange stuff in there is all copper. And then obviously you can see all the little bits of gold in there. There's probably, I don't know, at least 100 or 50 to 100 flakes in there. I'm going to spread it out with my finger real quick. See if that does anything better for what it looks like. So, here we go. A stupid glare on the screen here. Alright, there we go. So yeah, I mean, I can't seem to get it to separate more than that. Let's see, I'm going to see if I can zoom in any more without it being totally crap quality. Whoa, too far. Come on now. Alright. Well, hope y'all enjoyed the video. I know it wasn't super fun to watch because it was just basically a short bit of time out on the river or beach, and then basically just a bunch of watching me run a crap load of black dirt through a sluice. But yeah, I mean, I'm actually impressed with what I'm seeing in here, especially being from copper country, not anywhere, you know, closer to where there's known gold deposits. So yeah, well, if you liked, please like the video, share, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff, and I'll be getting another video out for you guys here real soon. Have a good one.